Happy Saturday afternoon, FFR. It's going to be fun. I'm Caleb. In the booth with me is Dang Woo doing the restreaming. We got the restream tracking comms, all of it's the Caleb and Dang Woo show. Welcome to this matchup here. Low stakes, high fun. Lord of the Synth taking on Durrun. It's going to be a blast. How are you doing, Dang Woo?
I'm good. You know, I get to do more commentary with a good friend, a great rival, and you know, we're here to watch Durrun vs. Lord of the Synth. So, unfortunately, you know, not gonna be making it into the last chance qualifier, but they're here to show us that, you know, especially for Durrun here, he has gradually improved from the first week all the way till now, where he basically came in with no experience.
Yeah, he's coming in here. He's 1-4, had a bye week, so looking for his first victory over an opponent. Lord of the Synth dusting himself off, looking to get back into the swing of things after a long period away from the game, coming back, signing up for the tournament. It's a good race for both of them. Both of them want to be here. They want to have some fun, and we're gonna watch them do it and show us what they got. Both running Fighter Rainbow. This wasn't a draft, so it just happens to be that original Mortal Kombat style mirror match.
Right?
It's gonna be fun.
Fighter Rainbow, nice, balanced. Spells to everything, access to spells to everything. The Red Mage kind of does the jack of all trades, and the Fighter says, I take all the hits.
Yeah, it's super well balanced. You're going to have a lot of defense, a lot of offense, a lot of survivability, and could go super fast if we need to. So, but here we go. Lord of the Synth, our first runner. We'll work on getting that stream sync once the run stream starts moving. We got promotion locked life for the Red Wizard and the Knight. Lock 2. Best spell there. Ice, we can do some work with.
Ice, what did you roll to that? What did you do?
Hey, just because this is low stakes, high fun doesn't mean that the flags are going to be, they're going to cooperate. Maybe we'll get level 2 nuke. Who knows?
What did you do to them, though? Okay, so, I mean, Ice.
We got gold bracelets. What are you talking about? This is a problem.
We got iron chucks for 123 gold.
We got a falchion we can't afford. We're window shopping.
Cloth armor 5, perfect. Everybody's wearing 1 absorb armor.
What do we got here? Who needs camping equipment? Where we're going, we don't need saves.
I mean, okay, so ice is definitely something we need to buy, because we need to be able to kill Garland if we're going to do that. Ice is the best option. Hold is alright, but it costs way too much.
No way, Dangwoo. We're going to come out here, we're going to fight some imps, we're going to get level 2, and then we're going to go to Provoca. We're going to see what level 2 magic has for us.
I mean,
that's what I would do.
Yeah.
That's what Lord of the Synth's doing here.
I just would have talked to the king and hoped that it was a Thor hammer.
Oh yeah, that would have been pretty sweet too. Another heads up play. Is that something you're planning to do tomorrow?
More than likely, if magic is just as bad as this, yes.
All right, look at that. We got our first fight down, and we're going right for Garland. We're gonna see if 4 ice ones will get it done. Punch from Hack. Not doing much. Hey, that's a big roll on ice there, 74. And there it is, 110 damage from 2 ice ones, and Durrun, first runner to kill Garland. Go ahead, Durrun. We got an Adamant and
Wow.
Oh, super good. So both of those, that's 10% more XP and 2 quick turn-ins. Maybe that's Canoe Floater.
And Sayhags with cremate, so the seas are not kind right now. But yeah, this is great though. Oh wow, Durrun already says nope. I don't think he's seen what they have, but it was a smart reset.
Yeah. Looking for, so this week, round of 6, the Chaos week of the Swiss rounds of FFR 2020 Spring Tournament. We're looking at 3 loose items. The only incentive locations being the Ice Cave, the Temple of Ordeals, and the Titan's Trove. Hooray! Durrun, already after my heart. And a canoe. So canoe, pretty good find early on. That gets us another key item check as we can now paddle our way over to the Circle of Sages.
Oh, and the early canal also. Oh my! These are one of those things where if you like to gamble, which is the whole point of this, you have like the entire world open to you, except for Gaia and Lefane.
It does look like we're working with a pretty good run in the encounter table for Durrun. He is just zipping around all over the place, getting good runs, not hitting anything nasty. I like these key item checks before doing the pirates. It's sort of a heads-up play.
I mean, I really wish they had better level 1 magic, because with these, you can take some of these early fights and gain, you know, a decent amount of experience early too.
Mm-hmm.
Thor's Hammer would be great.
Nah, let's get a floater. Let's get airborne if we're Durrun. Oh, it's the required loot. Hey, that's nothing to scoff at.
Alright, so off the bat, we have loot that's required. We have the canoe, so we have access to all of our incentive locations, the waterfall, and Luke is level 3 for cheap.
There we go. We're cooking now. So, and we have 2 pieces of our 7-piece puzzle to complete this game. The loot required to get through the Temple of Fiends Revisited. The canoe required to get to the Gurgu volcano to take out Carrie and light the fire orb. So we've yet to see something turn into something we don't want. And Synth is up here going to check these boxes. Not necessarily going to find anything here. Maybe finds a loose item. We are looking for 3. They could really be anywhere.
Hooray, a pure potion.
Yeah, like $300. It's fine.
It's fine.
So we know this Garland has fewer than 110 HP. This shouldn't be a problem. We'll see if the ices roll high for Synth. High enough. Garland did have Poison Touch, so that's a good thing we found that pure pot.
So, I mean, okay, so Durrun obviously has to go up to Provoke It, just like what Lord of the Synth's got to do. We don't get the level 3 magic until level 5.
Yeah.
Or at least for the Black Mage.
Fire 3. Fire 3 is pretty expensive, but it's good to see. And Fade also promotion locked, so the white mage can pick that up though. So we'll have double Fade and double Nuke casters.
You could lose progress here.
I like the Cure 3. It's a smart move. Arachnids can roll pretty high. We don't have a weapon here. This is why I like... Okay, well, we're swinging an axe. I like when we're in Elfland to just not walk onto the grass around Elfland. Like, use the town as safety steps to get into the castle, or to get... If we're just popping out and popping back out, just to get access back to the end without having to walk through the whole town. But looks like the Arachnids don't have anything too scary, and that single target ice gonna help out a lot.
We're level 3. The nuke still manages to tease us.
Let's see what level 2 Black's got for us. Ice 3, Quad X, Temper, and Bane. So I think we scuff everything. We buy everything but Bane, depending on what's here in level 2 White for the Red Mage.
I mean, we're definitely looking pretty good, though. I mean, Ice 3, and Harm 4. So, I mean, the White Mage is still useful here, because at level 2 we have Harm 4, which is great because it can save us maybe a charge of that nuke casting on undead parties.
Oh, and Synth doesn't okay, he's got the Ice 3 on the Black Mage, so that's pretty good.
And the awkward thing is, Durrun didn't go to Black Magic first, doesn't have the AoE clear spells, so we're doing it the hard way.
Yeah, I mean, this will be fine. It's just going to take about 3 rounds to do. 4 rounds to do if the fighter misses. Oh boy. Oh joy. So, let's go. We got Floater off Vicky. So Durrun's going to be real happy to get this through this pirate fight. Synth will be sort of right behind him. May go to Elfland first, turn in that herb, pick up his required loot.
It definitely a small advantage for Durrun here, but I mean, Lord of the Synth's going to be right behind him though.
Yeah. It's a shame we don't have money because we're going to have to double dip Provoca now. But we can always come back once maybe we go raid. We get in the air, we talk to Sar to do that thing. Go raid the Cardia Islands. Get some money, come back and finish our shopping.
I mean, this is... I mean, I know a lot of people don't like jet seeds, but like a seed like this just... I mean, you kind of have to have a plan almost instantly, like on your way to Floater. Okay, what didn't I do? What's available? What spells do I have? Where can I go to get money? And then do I go back and, do I backtrack, to buy these level 2 spells, level 3 spells I missed? Do I go and try and complete something at these low levels? I mean,
Durrun, save it, Durrun! Oh. Save it. Okay, save it. Okay, you could have just saved it in the inn and just reset, but okay. This is something you can do. Let's see how well he's learned the maps over the course of Swiss. See if it looks like he's going to use the river system. And we're going to save scum it. I love it. I love it. Just, yep, not even taking any fights. Synth going to check out Lady Matoya, get a little bit of money, another cabin. Oh, we had to re-get the canal, so I missed him wiping out of that. That must have been the cremate Sahags that got him at some point. But canal, not required. I mean, Durrun will likely pick it up when he gets his crystal, but canal not required here.
A little unfortunate. You're missing out on that 5% experience, but oh well.
Yeah. I mean, he'll still get it. It's just not right away. So, yeah, I think if you're Durrun, yeah, like, you're right. You got to have a plan. So maybe get in the air, stop into Crescent, stop into Sarda. See what he does. Yep. Heads up play.
And Sage's Sarda, I think, is the standard kind of.
Yeah.
Because we've already done all the inner sea checks of free chests outside of Volcano Armory.
Marsh.
I don't know what you're talking about. What's this marsh you speak of?
The place that you go to. Oh, Durrun, go talk to the old men.
Okay.
Maybe we're going right for Cardia?
Well, yeah, but, I mean, you're kind of missing out.
Okay, he's going to do some Matoya checks. Looking for more money. He'll get his canal.
Oh, no. Lord of the Synth, I know that you want to be able to just one-shot dwarves, but come on, you were right there.
Mm-hmm. Did he do the herb turn in? Or he's doing it around the south port?
I don't know what he's doing. He might... Okay, I think he realized that he had to do the adamant turn in. Shoot. Okay. Had me worried there for a second there, Lord of the Synth, like, hey, that adamant's kind of good.
Yeah, and Durrun's going to use the airship to make these inner sea checks a lot quicker. So, does pick up his canal.
Yeah, the Lord of the Synth, I don't think, because he's been so money, he's so, not rich in money or whatever, he's had to do all these long pathings without saving. And this is actually hurting him a lot more because you and I were going to say, he's right behind it, but he keeps having to reset out.
Yeah, and it's because Durrun did this early Dwarves play and got that money out of there. Hooray! So that early 5K just shows you how valuable money can be in the early game. Even if it's just a couple thousand. It will carry you. Alright, Durrun, where are you gonna go? You gotta go to Crescent Lake, dude. Go to Crescent Lake, go to Sarda.
Sarda?
And the creeps with cremate. So
I think he's gotta go. Yep, he's gotta go back. He's gotta go back to the canoe again.
yeah, that feels bad.
Durrun manages to fly over Lord of the Synth. It's not very nice. But don't tease your... Wait, where are you going? No, Durrun. No. No. He's doing Marsh.
Okay, so for future reference, Durrun, you don't need to park here to do Marsh. You can park literally right by the hole. Oh, what are we doing, Durrun? We're looking for a fight? Looking for ogres, maybe? Interesting. And there's the canoe once more for Lord of the Synth.
Let's see. What's supposed... Because he's still level 3, right? Or 4, so he doesn't have access to nuke. We do have Ice 3. I mean, if you're looking for a... Yeah, if you're looking for a fight, Durrun, you might as well do Cardia Isles, and you might get like a Saria there or something like that. That's...
Yeah, or even top floor of Volcano.
Yeah.
To take advantage of that Ice 3.
Because the only downside of this, Durrun, is you're not checking anything. Like, there's no progress.
Yeah. I mean, there's the level 5, though. So, there's his first nuke charge. Maybe that's all he wanted.
I mean, I don't blame him.
Hey.
I don't blame him. I mean,
Hey,
when you
it
have
works.
nuke, you want it.
Yeah, I mean, it's exponential growth with that nuke, too, so... And Synth going to go the long way across the inner sea to... Please save it.
Because we know Sahags have cremate. We're low enough level where cremate will basically, one-shot you.
Alright, cool. Good, we're going to Sarda. So here's another key item check. We want to see one of those other pieces of the puzzle. We want to see a key, chime. I almost said tube. Chime or cube, Oxia. So we're getting there. So if the sages have another piece of the puzzle, that's really good. The loot being one of the most obnoxious ones to get if it turns out loose. So I wonder if that reminds Durrun, okay, now we're stepping on the gas a little bit. We're gonna go do some value. Gonna check a vendor. Alright, I like it. I like checking the caravan first. A lot of runners will forget it, but still no shop item. We're gonna try to walk to Onrak to check for it. I don't like that so much. Let's go do Cardia. Let's go do Cardia. Go back. Go back. We gotta get money if we're gonna get that shop item. Finding it's one thing, but being able to buy it's a completely different story.
I'm wondering if Durrun is not used to actually having an airship this early, because it's like throwing him off. Like, I have access to everything right now.
Yeah, it is a different skill set altogether to leverage. And Synth is going to get us our check here, and it's a crown. So 5% XP and another turn to go to. But yeah, you can see the old habits on. And I say old habits, so he's only been in the community for a few weeks, but when you're not when you don't play a lot of seeds where you get free stuff like this, like a free airship basically, you can get confused on where you need to go. And you might want to just go back to places where you're comfortable, where you expect to be going, but already noping out of there. So indecision fading, filtering in here, and instead we're going to do earth. Not bad. We got a couple spike tiles we can check here. These 5 boxes are pretty easy to come in and look at. Might find a loose here. I did roll this seed, so
I was gonna say, I believe you have rolled this seed, so maybe that was on his mind. I mean, he did go to Mars originally, and now he's going to Earth. So I mean, he's well aware of how much you like to do Mars and Earth, which, by the way, has been in my head the entire time, Caleb.
it's not that I like to do them. It's my practices force me to do them. I did a practice race this morning with Lynn the cat, and I rolled the seed because it was just he and I in the race room, and I found 2 loose, in standard routing, and was 1 item away from go mode. I had found everything else, and I knew I needed the TNT to turn into the key. I hadn't gone into a fiend dungeon yet, so I started thinking, I have all of Sky, all of Sea, all of Earth, and all of Volcano. I haven't opened a single box in yet. Let me go to Earth. And I was getting real down about it. And then I get to Earth 4 and I find a ribbon in that room with the 5 boxes, and then I find the loose TNT in that floor, and I'm like, I wish it weren't the case, but every time I do something, Earth is required. And it feels beyond the lich kill. So
Well, here's our cardia check on the right-hand side. That's something we kind of suggested because it is free checks, especially for Durrun, because he had so many save items.
But hey, we got silver armor and an ice sword out of this, so not bad. And we're gonna equip that copper gauntlet. Why not? Lord of the Synth, just getting a little bit more money here. Not bad either, but
Yeah, it's not as great.
yeah, I mean, it's money. Money is always good because we're always gonna need money with 3 mages.
The darn expensive mages. Oh, well, there's flame armor. Hello.
Yeah, basically in-game armor for the fighter.
White mage is down. Cobras are not playing nice for Durrun. Alright, so I mean, we have nuke access. Ordeals is a good play. Ice.
I like the Ordeals play.
Ice is tempting. I mean, we have warp, don't we?
No.
Oh, I was thinking something. Okay, so we don't have warp.
Maybe
so...
we might have seen it for sale, but none of our runners have it. So here comes that crown turn in for Synth. He still needs to turn in that herb. I hope he saw it. Alright, let's see what Astos is holding on to. Hey, gotta love it. Gotta love getting the key in a place where we have a key lock door. These Cobras just not letting Durrun run.
I mean, the key is amazing because we're already low gear. I mean, yeah, we have nuke and stuff like that, but clearly we don't have the money to afford it. So with all these free checks in the inner seat that is behind locked, doors,
yeah,
we should make enough money to be able to buy, 1 through 4 magic, have our mages set for life.
Yeah. And we're gonna walk out, save it, and head back in again. This is a especially important check because we have 2 spike tiles here, and the odds are that we'll find something that will fall down to a couple nuke casts and a couple ice 3 casts is pretty high. And there's a loose cube. Hot dang.
The key led to the loose cube already with a white shirt available.
So we are Oxiel and Rod from Go mode. At 20 minutes. I mean, both of Synth has to do the herb turn in to get the loot, and he has to go to Sarda for the chime. But odds are pretty good that between Ordeals, ooh, that's a pretty spooky, scary Agama fight. Looked like they had ice too. Between Ordeals, Waterfall, Ice Cave, and the top floor volcano, we're in a pretty good spot to find those 2 items that we need.
I mean, how crazy is that? I mean, Lord of the Synth looking... I mean, we don't have the weapons or anything like that, but I mean... Or the equipment, but... To be potentially go mode inside of, 35 minutes? Because Waterfall's not very long. Yeah, we kind of got to walk our way out. Ordeals isn't
Yeah.
that bad, and Ice Cave is.
But if we after we do these key lock checks, we route in the herb, we route in Sarda, and we know that we're that close, and we just found Subway here and Earth Cave, the sandwich station. That's what we want. Ice 3 and Nuke will carry us against these sandwiches. So you get somewhere where you can get a bunch of levels. You hopefully find the tail too somewhere in all this. But Durrun gonna get some good levels there. Hooray!
We also found the Vorpal in the Dwarf Armory, so that's an endgame weapon if we find the tail, so...
Yeah. So both of our runners doing big things here, getting lots of good information for... And if this were co-op, man, they'd be freaking golden.
Right? Ooh,
X-Cal. So we have 2 in-game weapons now. We can throw that Vorpal on the Red Mage until we get to... I'm sorry, the Red Wizard, until we get to Tia and Chaos, and then do a little sword swap. But Katana is also nice too. That will help our money problems as well.
Okay, so this is big for Lord of the Synth here to catch up, because now he's going to find out that Nuke is available.
Mm-hmm. And he's going to have more than enough money to pick it up.
And that White Mage is going to have a Fade access too, because he's going to have money for that too, so...
Pro Ring, good pickup here too. So Durrun gets some levels and is back on his horse. Needs to go to Crescent Lake.
Sell of the Katana.
Because and I forgot, we still need to find the vendor item. So between the vendor item, Ordeals, Ice, and Waterfall, we should find our Oxyale and Rod.
Yeah.
Emphasis on should.
Well, yeah, because the vendor is going to give us one of those. For sure.
Well, no.
Well, it's going to lead to it. Oh, no, I guess not really. Yeah. That's true, yeah, because...
Yeah, we could have TNT and level 3 life 2. It'd be good for the White Mage. Yeah, because like we could find TNT. We go turn that TNT in, and that's the Thor hammer.
Yeah, that's true.
We could have something like that.
I like to believe, okay?
Oh, I like the hopes and dreams strats.
You know, that was definitely a hopes and dreams.
And Durrun gonna go back to Quiznos here and eat some more of these sandwiches. I like it. Get these levels. Early levels are super important. And level 4, we got that expensive Fire 3, but hey, we got money now. I don't know if I'd buy it for the red, just because we're gonna have Fade coming. But all right, I like that. It's a very deliberate look at his key items. He saw that herb in there. Oh, never mind. Sandwiches are too hot.
Oh no.
We burnt our mouth on them. Quiznos over toasted our sandwiches. We got to get out of here. Sandworms with Blaze. That's the bad times. Oh, don't reset out of that fight. You would have won that fight. That would have been all that XP dumped on your fighter and Red Mage. So, gonna stick with it. I mean... If we get turn order, yeah.
You still got turn in the herb. Lord of the Synth? No! Was he grinding? On what?
Maybe the seafood party pack?
Oh, he's going back to this? Okay.
No. This is spooky. The Agama's got Scorch. It must be, maybe it was the Giants with Ice too? Oh, but they are very small. Agama's with Ice too. That's a pucker factor brought to you by the Gurgu volcano. He must be tunnel visioning pretty hard on that herb. And loses his life caster. So.
The tilt is real.
Yeah.
Oh no. Nobody wants to go to Melmon. There's no inn there.
And Durrun, when you watch this VOD back, you're taking steps left and right to hit the sandworm tile. If you go up and down here, you won't risk an off-step encounter, because every step you take to the right you are progressing the encounter table, so you could hit some nasty, something unrunnable, but we're done. Okay. So we're saving those levels. Level 13 across the board, pretty good. Reset. Just reset. Yeah.
Yeah, not bad. The Black Mage then is able to learn level 5 magic. You know, obviously we got more spell charges for our dives. Lord of the Synth is going back.
I love the cojones on Durrun. Just like, I don't care about these hot sandwiches. I got asbestos mouth. I eat hot food out the microwave all the time.
That's right.
And you do that thing where you're just like, you get your mouth open.
It's so good. Yeah. It's so good.
Oh, so good. Oh, so good. It's a really good sandwich. It's real hot.
I do that all the time.
Just wait 5 minutes. Let it cool. Don't use ice, buddy.
Okay. No, that is so true too. Oh, hey, that was hot.
Oh.
Yeah, it just came out of the oven. I don't care. It's so good.
Durrun, I appreciate your stick-to-itiveness here, but you gotta know when to hold them, know when to fold them, know when to walk away, know when to run.
That's Caleb, everybody. welcome to the Caleb and Dingwoo show. It's a one-man show.
Idea. I have no idea how proud of that I am.
So someone's going on right now. Lord of the Synth's forgotten. He doesn't have the ruby. He's looked at the herb. He's been in Elfland several times, and he's like, kind of just said, whatever. Like, I feel like both of our runners kind of, you know, with that early floater is doing exactly what we said. They're spinning their tires like, I have all these options. You know, they're overthinking things, but they're not making a decision on what they want to do, except for Durrun now, who says, okay, I got blazing hot sandwiches. Let's see how delicious they are after burning.
I like a spicy sandwich. So we know that the vendor item's either in Gaia or Anorak. You gotta make. I mean, at least Durrun is committing here to something. A lot of runner, like you could have sort of like an indecision bat that just like hangs over you, and it's just interfering with what you want to do. And right now, for Durrun to fight that, we're fighting these sandwiches. And I think this should be like level 15. Yeah, get out. Level 15 is good enough to get through nearly any incentive dungeon. Heal up, walk out, save it, go somewhere else. Please, Durrun.
And, I mean, we're taking on Agamos with Ice too here, which is just as dangerous. I mean, our two...
So talk about... No, we're going
Durrun goes back. He says, no.
I want more.
The sandwich smell turned him around.
He's just like, let me just hit you with ice. Okay, be satisfied.
No, we're going back in. Give me more sandwiches.
I guess because he forgot that he had life 2 on the red, so there's 3 more nukes sitting on that red mage. So yeah, nukes still in your inventory when you leave a dungeon. That's XP you're leaving on the table. Please, Durrun. Yeah, be a little bit more thoughtful here. Making sure to save so we can survive these blazes. Low roll there on everybody but the fighter. We gotta be done here, bud. I know we got one more nuke, but we gotta be done here. Because we don't know what that second skill is behind Blaze. If it's something like damage poison, and these sandwiches have gone bad, it doesn't matter how long we throw them in the oven for. It's still going to be pretty gross. It's going to kill us.
Those sandwiches with damage poison, expiration date of a week ago.
those sandwiches were made week 1 of Swiss. And that Swiss has gone bad. We got fuzzy Swiss.
No.
All right, Durrun. Time to commit to checking incentive locations.
Yeah, because literally we are 2 key items away, right, from go mode. And both of our runners have
yeah.
spent 10 to 12 minutes now, you know, running around doing the same stuff and then doing these dangerous grinds that
I don't know. I don't know what's worse. Blazing hot sandwiches or hot pockets that are still cold in the middle.
Oh god. You know those hot pockets in the I was wondering what you were going to use there. Well played. That is literally what that was. A hot pocket cold in the middle. Oh man.
Where's Mage Rion? He's always in chat when I start making food jokes.
I mean, those are awful too because you literally are sitting there waiting, you know, at the microwave, and it's just heating up, and you're like, oh, this is gonna be so good, and then you take it, and it like ruins your entire day. You're like, wow,
Yeah.
this is awful.
Yeah, nothing like ice cold, melted, unmelted, chunky cheddar cheese, or frozen greasy pepperonis. And since you look at that herb, man, just look at that herb. It's so cool in your inventory. Just look at it and go do the thing. Get your loot.
I wonder if he thinks it's like, you know, the crown where even after you talk to Astos, it's there still.
I think it's just blinders. But Durrun's got great levels here. Level 15 across the board. Double checking our magic. Yeah, we can't buy life 2 for our red mage, but Fighter Rainbow, super versatile party, gonna have everything that we need. Silver Sword, but that's expensive Silver Sword, Durrun. Don't buy that. Why'd you buy that, Durrun? It's super
why?
expensive.
Yeah,
We have, okay. Eh. That red mage's weapons are gonna be should be its level 3 nuke, but okay. Oh, we got Argoyles. So new information here as Lord of the Synth.
No.
And Argoyles would cremate, so everything is spicy today.
You wanted the spicy, they're giving you the spicy.
So that makes me think, how many, what, there are like 4 cremates in the vanilla pool from the Chimeras? So does that mean we've seen 3 of the 4 already, or maybe we've seen one on the...
So what does that make it? 7?
On the Medusa script?
I was gonna say 7 if it has a Medusa script too. Or 6.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Ooh, I like this. I like this cauldron. Let's go! Although I don't like it nearly as much now because we've already gained the levels, because Waterfall is a decent amount of experience.
And we spent all our money in case we find the thing.
Oh yeah, that's... I mean, if he takes fights here, you'll earn some back, but
Yeah, I mean, it's the perfect place to come with Ice 3. I mean, we got fades and nukes to clear through everything that isn't a nightmare or Gasty, so should be fine. We got that. If we bought that level 2 harm 4, we got that for the mummies. Yeah, we're more than well equipped to take on this. And Synth just blowing through the pillar maze. I think he only flubbed a couple pillars there, so very good.
Yeah, and here's that harm 4 you were speaking of. Lord of the Synth's going to use it with mummies. Mummies don't seem too bad, which is good. Nope, well, we're about to find out more. Let's see. And Durrun really testing it out here. Uh-oh, R-Bones. I always fear R-Bones.
And cool geists.
Oh, that's why. Hello.
So that's Blaze. How many Blazes are in the pool?
I don't know, but he's got to walk out of this, by the way. Because we don't have warp or exit, right?
No.
Yeah, that's going to be a terrifying exit out of here, too. Because if we get bad turn order...
Silver hat, a little bit of a loose TNT in the waterfall. Alright. So both of our runners each finding their own loose item. And there's the bottle from the robot. So Durrun needs to remember to do Crescent Lake and Yeah, Crescent Lake was his big scuff because that was the crown that led to the key, and Synth getting his slab. So, all right, things are happening. We're maybe steps closer to our rod and Oxyale.
Why'd you just let me say what I just said? Like, I got Durrun and Lord of the Synth confused. I'm like, oh yeah, he's got to go out of the red bone, his spike tile again. And I look over and he runs in a bunch of Geist and or whatever, and I'm like,
Oh yeah.
I was like, oh wait.
Yeah, that was Synth. Durran's got to do this long run out of here. And I like taking fights in and walking around. Maybe he left his car keys in the robot room. Nope.
You know,
I guess he thought he overshot his. Yeah, this is a. Like we said, he's still new learning the maps here, but.
well, so.
Yeah, like Waterfall's confusing in and of itself. Like, good thing we didn't have Proc Gen on. Could you imagine the amount of like new runners that would just be like hating life with Proc Gen Waterfall?
So the one thing with Waterfall is most people know how to do it forwards. You know, even Durrun did it fine going forwards. The problem is going backwards because you don't really practice going backwards a whole lot.
There's a ruby for sale, so it was like 47k. We don't have the money for it, but maybe since he doesn't have the bottle either, so that was. And there's trolls with cremate, so everything's literally got cremate this seed. Jesus.
Everything's
what
trying to
can we
burn your
sell?
mouth.
What can we sell? We can sell that Warple. Maybe we need what? How? We need 14k.
Just gonna sell that.
We need like 15k. Ooh, that X-Cal will sell for enough.
I mean, if the Vorp.
Gonna try to nickel and dime it.
All right, I'm definitely selling the.
Gotta sell that mage stick too. If you're committing to sell everything but the X-Cal, the X-Cal selling that will get you where you need to be.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna sell the X-Scale probably.
Yeah.
Oh.
Sell that.
Opal
Sell that
Gauntlet.
opal.
That'll work.
Yeah, there. That'll do it. That'll do it. Good job, Lord of the Synth. And kept his X-Cal. Super important. Alright, time to get a sparkly rock.
Woohoo!
Alright, and Durrun gonna do the bottle check. He should have enough money. Well, I don't know.
No,
He didn't really find any. Yeah, he didn't find any big money chests.
he had
But
like
we're gonna get a little high five here.
18k.
Yeah, I mean he doesn't have the X-Cal.
Yeah, because he didn't get he hasn't gotten the key because that was from what was it? The old
The crown.
which
the crown.
was from the old
From-
men.
Yeah, from the old men. Yeah.
So yeah, the old men's really hurting him right now, or the sages.
Buckler. He bought a buckler. That's awesome. Love buckler strats. There's the money.
Hey, you spent a bunch. Here's some more. Thanks.
And there's a crystal. So the fetch continues. And we bought an iron hammer and a wooden stick. We want everybody to be swinging a weapon. We might regret all these like nickel and dime purchases when we don't check the item shop. Oh boy, Durrun. This is the tunnel vision.
I think he's big braining it. He already knows.
There's not. You gotta pop that bottle. Oh, hey, it's a fairy with a bowl of cereal. We could sell that opal bracelet.
Right? I would probably, not gonna lie. If it gives me the shop item, I'm doing it. Okay, now you're just teasing us.
He learned to walk by and Synth getting the Thor hammer, so bad things are happening now.
We spent 42,000 for a Thor hammer. Yes.
And Durrun rather check level 8 magic than the item shop. Synth gonna do the volcano.
Oh.
Synth, you got the slab, you got the herb, level 8 fast and warp. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. So we're gonna need at least get level 25 on that black mage to get one shot of that fast.
You mean to cast that warp?
No.
Okay, so Lord of the Synth obviously is in Volcano. I like the play and I don't like it at the same time because I think Ice Cave might be the better option since it's still one of our incentives.
Mm-hmm.
And fire with damage stone. Oh boy.
With stone poison, yeah. So it's almost as if the seed is telling you to go somewhere else, like do one of your turn-ins.
Yeah, because
You gotta follow the progression, the fetch quests. It's like what you have to do with these flags.
TNT. There's our rod. Oh my goodness, we are.
So loose TNT to rod.
We're an Oxiel away. Well,
Mm-hmm.
from no mode. We do have
Yeah.
a slab available.
Yeah, and it's Durrun scuffing that. Ooh, red D's. There's a nice 3 fight. Durrun missing the vendor item isn't gonna bite him. That's the Thor hammer. You gotta go to Crescent Lake, bud. You were buying a lot of magic. You want to buy level 6 magic. Cause you got a level 6 spell charge on that black mage. Let's go buy level 6 magic. Or level 5 magic. Okay. It's a start. Light axe for Lord of the Synth. Yeah, so we still have Ice Cave on the table. There's a good chance Oxiel's an Ice Cave. It's either going to be Oxiel, Tail, or Power Gauntlet. Those are our only incentivized items left in the pool.
Yep.
And we found all of. We got that slab might turn into something.
Yeah. So we got one loose and two incentive checks, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because the slab. Yeah. So, I mean, what we're looking for ideally is Ice Cave is either Tail or Oxiel, and then the slab is either or the other also, and then just because then we're in go mode, we could grind and we're done.
What would you prefer to have loose, the Tail or the Power Gauntlet?
Power Gauntlet.
Yeah.
In this situation, because I want to promote, I have the Excalibur, I have
All right.
the Vorpal.
Durrun's making the play. He's making the play. Checking the item shop. It's a good play. It means that he remembered that he's still looking for a vendor item. Yeah, I think both of them complement each other well enough with these parties. Like, sure, if we don't have the Tail, at least we have the Power Gauntlet. If we have the Tail, we don't really need the Power Gauntlet, like, because we'll have a really good sword, and we got tempers, and might have a shot of fast. Hey, Lord of the Synth, there's your money back.
He left. Durrun left.
Go back, go back, go back, go back.
I feel like both runners are just teasing us. You know, like they start to, especially Durrun, you know? He's like, I could do this, but maybe I'll do this instead.
Yeah, that early floater really throwing off routing. We got Frosty, so all the D you could need here in the volcano. You want hot dragons, we got them. You want cold dragons, we got them. Maybe we even have poison dragons.
Right? Oh, that was the spike tile, the gray worm tile.
Mm-hmm. And the red, and there's loose tail in the armory.
That's
So
all the loose.
Yep.
Lord of the Synth has to know he's in. Well,
no, he hasn't been to the waterfall yet. So
right.
He's found 2 loose though.
Well, yeah, but he knows that all the incentive locations though has it. Or no, because
No, he hasn't found the TNT in the waterfall. The loose TNT in the waterfall.
That's right. Yep, you're right.
Yeah. But that's pretty crazy. So all 3 loose items, none of them buried anywhere. This could be like, I could see this being one of those like Shadow Walker new game plus get it done under an hour kind of seeds with the right party comps and just having all the information at hand. Like this is a jet seed. if there ever was one.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
But I think, I think it's that thing we're talking about, man. It's that early. You called it at the beginning of the race. If you don't have a plane when you get an early floater, what are you gonna do? You know, it throws off your game. It throws off all those early levels that you would normally get being forced into the marsh cave, or having to take fights in the boat around the place, or forced into an early volcano to get chest density. Like, yeah. So, no ribbons though.
We do have wall that was level 2 or level 3, I think. So I mean,
Yeah, it looks like it's level 3.
so it is definitely not the greatest fix, but it's something we can work with to prevent us from, checking. Because obviously, the whole point is with fast being level 8. We're not going to have a whole lot of charges of it because only our black mage is going to be able to cast it. So the only way to get through these bosses any more sort of fast is going to be nuke, charges, fade, and then level up the temper on the Vorpal on Tiamat and Chaos.
Yeah, because what level was Temper? I'll double check.
I think it was 3 or 4.
I have quote unquote notes. It's level 2.
I mean, even better.
Alright, so now we can pick up that life. It's a shame we can't get that ruse, but hey, life, pretty good.
Life on night is always good.
And we're getting it early enough in the seed that we're gonna pick up our 4 charges as we go.
Yeah, that's,
we're gonna get 8 more levels for sure.
Yeah, that's definitely probably the greatest part about the early play by Synth.
Synth, you're here. You have an herb in your inventory. Yeah, that life 2 is still out of reach though. Synth, you're here. Do the thing.
Let's get some bless RNGs here. Let's hope that Synth goes and talks to the prince for the loot.
Gonna be happy to get that fade though. 2 fade casters. No, go back.
And I'm gonna do some of that too now because he's ran away.
Alright, there's the slab for Durrun. And Synth hasn't even translated his slab yet, so at least he'll still see it in his inventory when he hits start. When he figures out what he's missing, once he goes to the waterfall, he'll be alright. Heal 3 on the night, also really good. Single target invis, having 3 casters of that, really good if we bought it for the red.
I mean, Durrun is in this. I mean, outside, if he could just do the the Sage's check, and go to Volcano. I mean, he's right there inside of it, and he's got an ice cape left to do outside of,
Yeah, so slab or ice cave have to be Oxiel or Power Gauntlet. Now, I would probably, with our 10,000 foot knowledge, I would probably do the slab first. That way I don't have to go to Ice Cave. Being able to skip Ice Cave, I feel like saves 5 minutes on a run. And that's more than enough of a difference for a win or loss in these flags. But Synth on his horse still needs to find 1 loose item. Probably going to full clear the Agama floor here. Hopefully he finds a ribbon or an in-game sword. Durrun following the carrot on a stick, getting a translated slab. Save it first.
And there's the equip of the X-Cal, so the carry is going to be decently easy. Power stick, let's go.
Power stick, best stick. The JD Power and Associates stick of the year. Using the exit to get out of Melmond.
Didn't even want to waste time, and Melman said, "See you later."
Love it. Hate that place. That's what Durrun said. And Durran's like, "Oh yeah, there's all these Cardi Islands I can check. Let me see what they got for me." And this should get him his X-Cal. Still haven't had sight on a ribbon yet. There's those Frosties. Do you like to dip French fries in your Frosties?
I've done it. It's all right.
That's pretty good.
I mean, it's not like one of my favorite things, but you know,
it has its moments.
I just happen to be watching one of my friends, and they're just like the dipping, and you're like, "What the heck are you doing? Like, really?" And they go, "Yeah, it's good." You tried, and you're like, "All right, you're not as crazy as I thought you were." All right.
Yeah, that was dipping fries in mayonnaise for me. Hey, Durrun, how about you equip that opal bracelet, bud? Oh, Synth either taking a bio break or stream paused for a second.
That's a bio break. His timer's running still.
Okay. Maybe got a phone call. It's the elf prince's doctor. Like,
the elf prince is calling him.
yeah, did you pick up that prescription? You picked up the prescription for the princess, right?
It's like the girlfriend, wife that's living with you. Yeah, you remembered that, right? Oh, yeah, honey, I totally remembered to bring that from the store.
Alright, looks like Durrun reset out of Cardia Forest. Durrun?
Durrun reminds me of me on the airship. I just go everywhere, anywhere and everywhere, just like, yeah, you know what? This place looks like fun. Okay, so we're getting the slab check. There's opal armor for Lord of the Synth, so
that's pretty good. That's in-game armor. Gotta like to see that. What's that? 42 absorb?
Yep.
Yeah, so that's a big boy number.
Nice 8-point upgrade over the flame armor. And slab translation. Give us the Oxiel. Or the power bond. So ice cave is required.
Yep, and it will be just straight Oxiel. We have all of our fetches completed.
Ooh, Cure 4. Cure 4 is
that's bad to see off the table, but
I mean, it definitely gives more power to that white mage. But I think both winners are gonna keep up that black or white mage anyways.
Oh, the shield's pretty good find. And this is why I really like doing the incentive dungeons before fiend dungeons. Because if a loose falls there, it's so good. Like, if we had routed this so all of the incentive dungeons were done before the fiend dungeons, we would be in go mode. And we would just have a loose tail to find.
Right. It definitely would have been a weird feeling too.
Yeah. But here we go. Lord of the Synth going to try to light his first orb here under an hour. Going to open up with a swing, a nuke, a fade, and a temper. Okay. So a little respect to carry. Probably could have just all offense through this, but out of cycle turn order there. Carry responds with the slow. So yeah, time to abandon ship on that swing in strats. I did get a slow 2 to land on carry one today. That was a lot of fun. She was sent for 1 hit, 1 damage.
Yes!
Durrun, go back to Crescent Lake. You need to talk to the old men. Durrun, gonna get his tail. Okay.
We can live with that, and
yeah, and that will be his second loose.
And we're seeing the sweet power of a 1 swinging X-Cal because we got slowed 2.
Yeah. Or just single slow. Yeah.
We're still tempering that night.
Yeah. You got to stand on the gas pedal here and just throw those microwaves at her. Yeah. This is untenable. We have nuke.
There we go.
Yeah, we have 7 nukes. Yeah, we got to abandon ship on this swinging strats. And Carrie's trying to say, "Nah, you can't see me." Cast in dark.
Alright, so
There we go.
first orb lit, 57.5, we'll say.
Mm-hmm.
Relatively easy.
Yeah.
and we're in no mode.
As the commentary crew.
Yeah. The commentary with the eagle eye knows that we're in no mode. We know where everything is. Unfortunately, Lord of the Synth on the right-hand side has kind of forgotten about the herb, the turn-in. I believe he thinks it's like the crown. Like once you turn in the crown, you have it in your inventory. So I think he's...
Yeah, it's keeping this race close. Both of our runners forgetting to do the easy things, keeping it close for one another. Durrun is done. Doesn't want to go to Ice Cave. Says, no, I'd rather go promote and equip all this wonderful stuff that I have. So, can't fault the play.
Nope, can't fault it at all.
Like, level 6 exit's pretty good.
And that is Red Wizard learnable also. The Fog 2 does a decent job if we don't have Invis 2. It's not great, but it does work.
I'll have you know, Dangwoo, that I rolled a seed here where it looks like Earth and Marsh, neither of which were required.
Well, it might have had Masa. We would never know.
But yeah, all 3 ribbons could be right there on Marsh Bottom.
You know that's probably what happened, right?
Oh, thank you with the Big Raid RPG Limit Break coming in hot. We have a wonderful low-stakes, high-fun race here between Lord of the Synth and Durrun. This is a battle of the 1 in 4s. Both of our runners statistically eliminated from the bracket phase of the tournament. However, they're planning to close out this tournament to end on a high note. Durrun looking for his first win here. That 1 in 4 came from a bye week in the middle of the tournament, and Lord of the Synth looking to correct his ship, so to speak, and end on a high note. So we, as the commentator crew, the Caleb and Dangwoo show, we know our runners can be in go mode if they want to be. It's just Lord of the Synth needs to remember to go wake up that prince, and Durrun needs to go to Crescent Lake and talk to the Circle of Sages. So both of our runners kind of scuffed early turn-ins because we had an airship at like the 5-minute mark. So kind of threw off our early game routing, and both of our runners have been struggling to adjust here, but finally making headway. That's about all I got as a recap. So
I mean, I liked it. Sometimes trying to go, really fast, which an early airship does.
Durrun, do the thing. Do the thing, Durrun.
No,
do
no.
it now.
Go to the Sages, the Crescent Lake
Sages,
party planners.
The Sages hold the crown. The crown turns into the key. In Astos's storage room is a loose cube. Come on, Durrun. We're inching our way closer. We can see the path to the Sages. We can see it.
He's just going to tease us again. I'm telling you, he's going to go through that north exit again.
We can see it. We can see it. Synth can be like, all right, I got to translate my slab. I got to learn a whole new language.
Oh.
No, don't, Durrun.
See?
Go back in. Oh, come on, Durrun. I wonder if he thinks he already did it.
But he hasn't even been on the right.
I know. It's one of those things, though. It throws, like, when you get early go mode, or early flying, like, oh, man. And there's our first look at level 5 black. I didn't see Zap Cake or Lit 3 before, so.
I hear Cake's really good.
It's a pretty good spell.
Yeah.
Alright, heal 3 on the night. Very nice to have. When we know our runners need to go to the ice cave, that is where our Oxia will be. That is, we have found all 3 loose items. We had a loose TNT in the waterfall. We had a loose cube in the Northwest Armory, and we had a loose tail in the Volcano Armory. And the TNT turned into the rod, I believe. So, both of our runners so close, but every time they get close to the place we need them to go, they don't go there.
No, and it's gonna be interesting because, once they find all the looses, because Lord of the Synth is one loose away, which is TNT, which is in Waterfall.
Yeah.
Once he goes there, he's gonna know he's found the 3 looses. Okay, what is it that I forgot? Maybe he'll look at his inventory and realize that, you know, the herb is there still.
Yeah. Although we've seen him hang out on his item screen a few times and hasn't made the adjustment. Now he's gonna be super excited to get that life for after we took a wipe on all those spicy sandwiches in the Earth Cave. And Durrun has that. Like, he knows where a good, reasonable grind is. I say reasonable, but hey, we're gonna pick up some gold bracelets. So Durrun he also hasn't checked the item shop in Gaia. That's where our ruby is for sale. The ruby, although, just turns into nothing. So it just turns into, I believe it was the Thor hammer.
Yep, the ever expensive Thor hammer. It glows for that extra price.
I mean, it's Thor's hammer. It's got a Chris Hemsworth signature on it.
Oh yeah, I like that one better. Yeah. You paid extra because it has a signature on it.
This thing is certified. Authentic. Alright, Durrun cleaning up his promotion magic purchases and spending the rest of our money. Synth gets his power gauntlet and needs to go to Elfland.
Or Ice Cave.
Yep.
I mean, that'll work too.
Yeah, Elfland will get him the loot. Ice Cave Waterfall need to be next on his to-do list. Because if he does, you gotta think, if he does Waterfall, that gets him to TNT, which puts him in the neighborhood of the Inner Sea again. Gets him a little bit closer, and maybe he'll look at his inventory at that point.
It's definitely gonna. I mean, our runners have the endgame weapon. Well, I know Lord of the Synth does.
Yeah,
Durrun still doesn't have
he's
the
got the
X-Kill.
XL. Yeah. Well, we know it was what, the armory, or in the Dwarven armory we had X-Cal and Vorpal, or one of them was X-Cal. Where did we get the X-Cal?
Well, the Vorpal was in the Dwarf Armory.
Yeah. X-Cal, maybe X-Cal was in Canaria Armory. It wasn't. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Thank you, Z-Man 050778. Appreciate that. It's on the Caleb and Dangwoo show.
The Caleb and Dangwoo show.
We don't have time for trackers.
Way too busy talking about sandwiches and burning the roofs of your mouth to actually pay attention to where these weapons were found.
It's like poetry. It rhymes. We had spicy hot sandwiches, and we had things that were supposed to be hot that were ice cold. As Synth found agamas with ice too, and Durrun farming sandworms with blaze.
Definitely an interesting combination our two runners decided to grind on.
Alright, there we go. Lightning 3. That's another solid elemental sweeper.
I'd pick up block 2, Durrun.
Yeah. Alright. Lord of the Synth into the waterfall. This is a heads up play. He needed to come here. This will get him his bottle from the robot and the loose TNT. The bottle will just give him the opal bracelet, but
gives him information.
And that's important.
The more you know.
Alright, Durrun. You gotta go to Crescent Lake, man. I'm willing you with my mind. Open your mind. Don't go back to Earth Cave.
I know Caleb rolled this, but don't go to Earth Cave. The only time Caleb's gonna tell you not to go there.
No, we just gotta go to Ice Cave.
I mean, maybe he go modes it.
That would be a gutsy call, missing 3 required items.
That's fine. And I don't know which way he's going in this one.
He's showing us another way you can go.
Holy, I didn't even realize that actually connects right there.
not the most optimal pathing through the second floor of the Earth Cave, but it's one of those things like when you watch your runs back, you compare what you did to what your opponents did, you learn things like that. This is only his 6th race, so. And Synth's going to have a little bit easier time here getting out because we do have level 6 exit now for him. I'm pretty sure he picked that up. And there is no mode for Synth. That is all 3 loose items.
As you said, exits out, says see you later. Unfortunately, we'll have to come back to the on-rack location though, because we got to do
That's fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
That's not that as inconvenient as some people will have you believe.
I know, it's really not. I mean, some people like to go to Provoca 8 times.
I mean, when there's a lot of neat stuff for sale there, and you keep finding money, and you're like, oh, just go back and get it now. I don't have to go back there again. It's like, oh, I didn't have quite. Oh, there's an Earth Cave, all the good tiles.
Durrun, why did you take this one? Oh, never mind. That's a very chunky Gershark.
Well, we're fine. We can at least take it a couple times. The 3 required times we are supposed to. Oh, that was Synth. I was like, hit that guy, hit the item shop. But Durrun needs to go to the item shop there if he wants that knowledge.
Nah, you don't need that now. Alright, Opal, pick up for Lord of the Synth. I mean, so we've kind of been lulled into this kind of slow, you know, about 25 minutes, about 20 to 25 minutes now from our runners. But, like, as soon as they realize what they've kind of forgotten, it's going to be...
We
Yes.
Oh no, we dropped the opal bracelet. The fairy gives us that bowl of cereal and we just go, I can't hold it, and we throw it on the ground in front of her. We look at her, sad, dejected.
And the opal Cheerios were too warm.
Just all on the floor. And we're just like, I've made a mess, I'm sorry. And she's just shaking her head, dejected, and we reset. Boom, 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 boom. But it's not too much of a time loss, maybe a minute here, so. And you'd rather, you know, just eat the time, reset, and now we're going to take a look at. And Durrun's like, hey, I found more XP. I want it.
I found something tastier than Blaze sandwiches.
I wonder if both of our runners are waiting to do Ice Cave until they have warp. Are they like that? Do they need warp that bad?
Well, Lord of the Synth never did that level 8 spell check, I don't think.
Yeah. But I mean, even still, like that could still be justification in his mind for not going there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I can see it, but like with exit, it's not that bad because you can essentially do kind of what I've seen some of the higher end runners do is you do the first dive into Ice Cave, and you basically just run past everything. You check what the incentive is. If it's what you want, you just exit out. And then if it's not, then you go maybe another lap through, and then you exit out then, if you need to.
Yeah. Oh, we don't have any exits. You gotta walk out of here, bud. And you gotta go to Elfland. Please. But first, an angry Pete.
That is an angry Pete. I think the Durrun is going to be the next Nick Wrigleypuff. Just enjoys doing grinds on things. Anything that gives experience that you can just sit there and grind. This is his calling. And I don't mean this in any sort of bad thing or anything like that. It's just he's just enjoying this right now. I don't blame him though. I mean, you know, you might as well. It's something that makes your end game easier. And as long as Lord of the Synth keeps forgetting about that herb, these levels could pay off big, you know, just to get him through Topher. I mean, it's going to be one of the more wilder races I think I've ever seen, where, like, you know, I don't even know how to explain it. It's going to be so weird where I can't even guess how it's going to end, because both runners have forgotten something that is kind of, quote, easy to check, but it's also easy to forget about.
Yeah.
And there's the rod. So ice check away with the turn in of the herb and Lord of the Synth's go mode. So hold on to your seats, folks.
He's looking hard at it. You got that herb and you have Ice Cave to do.
I mean, remember last time he did this too, and he flew all the way to Elflin, and then he left. So, yeah. Come on, Lord of the Synth. Alright, which way is he going? Up. Warmer, colder, colder.
Colder. Ice cold one. You're not even going to Ice Cave.
We are ice 2 now, ice 3. Now we're at blizzard status. Oh, hell.
Maybe...
Hell has frozen over now.
Maybe we go mode Sky. We take fights along the way. Maybe we're doing this because we know we have to, and we'll take fights along the way. This is my hope and dream, so we're not going to open boxes. We're going to open boxes.
They're teasing us, Caleb. They're teasing us.
This is fine. If there's a ribbon here, it's worth it, right? Pick and choose what boxes you're going to open, but climbing this tower, we have the tools we need to get through Tiamat. We can take her out. We'll have levels for that level 8 warp. Maybe if we catch a Warmac. Yeah. I mean, maybe.
I mean, I get it. I just...
Yeah.
I've never seen... I mean, like you said, is, you know, warp does make Ice Cave easier to check it, but is Ice Cave really that dangerous at these levels, though? I mean, I know we don't have ribbons and stuff, but we have levels. I mean, we're high teens, 20s with exit, and we have a bunch of life casts.
Hey. Aegis Shield. Okay. That's good enough to excuse the check here. You know. That's best shield in the game. So
Stone Poison is resisted now in the night, which is amazing.
Mm-hmm. Same level of absorb as the Opal Shield. Just switching the resistance from lightning to Stone Poison. The Aegis Shield, the only item in the game, apart from a ribbon, that gives us resistance to Stone Poison. So pretty good to have.
So, I mean, Durrun's done all of these grinds. He's actually now continued. He didn't even save. So now he has, like, no spell charges, I believe. Doing this Earth dive.
The cojones.
I mean, it's interesting.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I get it, though, too, but I think he had exit. But, you know, it's easy not to have it.
Yeah.
So, and he's checking a lot of chests, too, because he's still the one check away, right?
Yeah, he hasn't found the cube, which is loose in the Northwest Armory.
That's right. Yeah, because that's locked behind the sages, which he has to do, right?
Yeah.
I mean, so for anybody that's just joined and stuff like that, I know Caleb's done it too. This is the 2020 Spring Tournaments, Monte Casas Casino. My name is Dang Wu. Caleb is my broadcast partner and rival for tomorrow's match. That is sure to be explosive.
Yeah. It's going to be a fun one. I mean, it's gonna be a dragon armor, so best armor in the game now. So again, same level of absorb as that opal armor, but in addition to that lightning resistance, we now add fire and ice. So slowly piecing together that poor man's ribbon on that night. Lots of good weapons here too. Not for where we are in the game, but you know, you can't be mad at that.
No, I mean, so the amazing thing about the dragon armor, for anybody that doesn't know, basically a knight, if he's got dragon armor, the Aegis shields, a pro ring, he basically has what, five? Yeah, 5 of the 8 and of the elements resisted. So it's like a pseudo or the miniature ribbon, basically.
Yeah, the only things he is vulnerable to at that point is status, time, and earth. So crack's still dangerous, zaps and glares still dangerous. Status, like I think that's like hold. That's pretty dangerous. Yeah. Or yeah, stop is time. Like it's not ideal, but you know, in a pinch, it's real good. Especially if that knight has enough levels to have good MDef. Like if that knight's over level 30 and he's rocking what, that'd be over 90 MDef. That's pretty good.
Yeah, it's doing pretty good. You know, 3 MDef per level, so yeah, we're doing pretty decent there. Yeah. These spell charges slowing down since we spent them all trying to grind on that. I mean, a very profitable, the Big Eyes and Gersharks. But you can see the levels though, because Durrun's been grinding. He's only at 23, 24. Lord of the Synth is catching up, and outside of that, you know, hot but cold hot pocket grind he did, you know, he's caught up substantially because he's in higher experience dungeons.
I'm gonna switch to the best absorb in the game for the knight on it in his head slot, picking up that opal helmet. I think that's what, like 16 absorb?
No, helmets aren't that high.
Is it too much?
Yeah.
Too much?
Maybe 8.
Was it like 32?
No, the shields.
Opal helm plus 5?
the shields are the ones that are going to get into the double digits.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm still learning all those absorb levels for my for all those blurst seeds we've been running with the random weapon and armor bonuses.
So opal shield gives you 16, and then the
hey, first ribbon, Sky 1.
The opal helm is 8.
Okay, so plus 5 opal helmet, 13 absorbs, pretty good. It's like putting a shield on your hat.
I mean, yeah, it definitely the important thing. We found a cute hat. Gives us resistance to everything, except for non-elemental stuff like nuclear and stuff like that. But
and Synth's gonna full clear this sky cave.
He needs levels. I understand it. I mean, I guess in Synth's case, if you're gonna do a dungeon and do it outside of Ice Cave, you might as well do this. Full clear it, gain all the experience. But at the same time, you knew there's an Agama tile there. You could have gotten in go mode, killed everything, and then grinded Agamas, and then left if you needed to.
So, comment from Ralphie5 in chat. He's also looking for loot in Oxiel. He has found all of the loose items. The loot is behind the herb that is in his inventory, and we've deduced that the Oxiel is an ice cave. So he's opening boxes either for gear or that he just forgot to do a couple checks.
Yeah, he's either very uncomfortable with the Xcal, which is understandable because later on the Xcal does fall off against the Tiamat and Chaos generally, especially if they're high absorb, because there's no crit chance on the Xcal.
Yeah, it's pretty low.
And he's already sold the Vorpal, so it's actually kind of biting him now because he sold the Vorpal. he's so uncomfortable with the Xcal, he's like feast or famine right now, I guess, if you want to kind of call it. I guess, I don't know. Oh, there's a second ribbon. So Sky pays off. 2 cute hats, and Black Mage, and I believe one of our life casters has a ribbon. So that's good. I mean, so Caleb, let's talk about Lord of the Synth's prospect moving forward now. We have no loose, no more, because we've already found them all. Let's say if we had already turned in the herb and we have the ice cave. Are you checking any more tiles? Are you happy with the Xcal?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, I might not check any more tiles, but I would definitely make sure I hit level 29 on maybe 29 across the board, just so I have all the spell charges I could possibly want. 3 fasts is going to be pretty much all we need to get through Kraken, Tia, and Chaos, and the Temple Fiends Revisited. The low-level fades and nukes are going to carry us, so for Lich 2 and Carry 2. But Durrun breaking out Harm 4 strats here because we used all of our nukes and fades, so swinging that Ice Sword and there's the second ribbon there for...
That's the third.
Oh, that's the third, so all 3 ribbons here. Wow.
And Sky.
Wow.
So we all, I mean, I was for sure thought it was going to be in Marsh, but nope, it's in Sky. Because, you and I were talking about it. You rolled the seed, Marsh or Earth has stuff. Oh,
yeah, there's defense, so...
What is this Sky for?
Yeah, Sky provides. So I think if you're Lord of the Synth, you gotta be done here. You gotta take a second, figure out what you're missing, because you have all the gear you could possibly want now.
Yeah, I mean, even if you and I would have been okay. We would have said, okay, let's go. You get the defense sword, you're like, well, now I can just solo grind my fighter up to 29 or whatever if I absolutely have to after killing everything.
Especially on those sandworms. Like, Durrun was killing those sandworms with ease with a level like 13 fighter swinging an ice sword. So it was only the blaze that we had to worry about. But we're about to see Lord of the Synth walk across the Bridge of Destiny. If you want to see a robot friend, shower him with some XP. Go ahead and get those Bless RNGs in chat. Durrun gonna go into... Oh, and the trolls with stone poison. Yikes. Why are we going here? Looking for level 7 magic to buy, maybe? We don't have the Oxyale.
Yeah, looks like looking for more magic.
Fire and rub. Little spice rub sandwich.
Lamp.
And
come on, Durrun. Buy the lamp. The best spell in the game. That I never use even when I do buy it.
Alright, Bridge of Destiny time.
Nachos.
Double serving of nachos. Don't even want them. We're full. We've had our fill of poorly microwaved Hot Pockets. We do not need any more of these space nachos. Gurnagas and air. That's a really good XP fight if the air's rolled low.
Or
there's ice 2 lit 2.
Or if you can hit them with a weapon.
Yeah. There's usually always roll up on evasion. Alright, here we go. Tia 1. How are we gonna do this? We're gonna temper, viz, and temper. Gonna ignore the level 3 Brax. Try and go to the item shop. Alright, Durrun, hey, alright. Ruby. Maybe now we'll remember to go to Crescent Lake. Alright. Making progress on the things that we forgot to do.
And the team at battle on the right-hand side is a very generic setup. We're kind of going in the defensive. We're going the offensive tempers. We're going to rely upon that temper. Well, not anymore. We say, okay, we're going all offense now. We got a couple Invis 2s. Our evasion's high enough. We're gonna microwave this Tiamat.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Tiamat's
Trying to burn
got
us
some
back.
HP.
Trying to burn us back with the fire too.
Fighting fire with fire. Wow. Tiamat rolled up. Alright, but down she goes.
I mean, I don't think I see lock in any one of our runners' spell list. I mean, I know Lord of the Synth is, I believe, plays A Link to the Past randomizer. So, you know, and he's come back to do this because he comes back every year, and he's, you know, he's part of the community and stuff like that. But maybe hasn't fully, you know, realized the power of the lock changes.
Okay, I like this. Synth is double checking his stuff. Like, did I not talk to Matoya? I thought I talked to Matoya.
There he goes.
He saw the herb. Alright. Alright, both of our runners remembering things that they forgot right around the same time. Synths will lead to progression. Durruns will lead to knowledge. And knowledge is power.
Woohoo! Ice cave away.
Alright, Durrun, now you just gotta go to Crescent Lake, please, sir. I want to click those buttons on your screen, because Synth's gonna hit go mode.
Yeah, very quickly too.
Both runners in a good position here too, once they finally step on the gas.
I mean, if you think about it, Lord of the Synth did the Mirage, right? And he went through the floating castle, and he went from this could be a spicy, you know, Topher dive to I am so defensive right now with the 3 ribbons, dragon armor, and a defense sword.
Yeah.
And I have a white mage too. Like,
yeah, Synth's gonna be fine for Topher, in theory. Durrun needs to go to Crescent Lake, bud. You gotta go there. You've been there twice. You haven't talked to the Circle of Sages. Durrun, please. Please, Durrun, do the thing.
is he gonna do a Mirage? He's gonna do
He's gonna first 2 floors, so this will get him 1 ribbon. He's still looking for a loose, so he's probably thinking it's probably a loose cube in Mirage. Because we've all been there.
Well, yeah, but with this logic, though, he wouldn't be able to do anything with it, though.
Well, if it's loose cube in Mirage, he would be able to climb the tower at least.
True. Overflow. Yes. So, if you have 99 heal potions and you pick up one, it's not like you can't pick up any more. So it overflow, or not overflows, but 100 is like A0, and then it just keeps going like that. Which is always hilarious. But then every time I'm like A1 or A2 or something like that, like a spicy spell comes out and I have to use them all up. I'm like, no, I was trying to collect them. So that's Age of Shield for Durrun. And as you said, Caleb, you know, these are going to be nice pickups that he's having. But unfortunately, it's things that are going to slow him down too, because he's going to have to double dip this. And then he's going to have to come back, but he still has to do the ever important talk to the sages. And then he's got to remember to go to Ice Cave. I mean, that's another important thing is he hasn't even gone to the Ice Cave yet either.
Yeah. I think he's forgot about that part of the world.
But
Sorry, I had a little distraction there. My bad. Had a couple pings I had to go look at. But
oh no, it's fine. I mean, but so we're looking at the newer runner Durrun, and I know I've had some fun, and we'll, it was good fun. But Durrun has shown a lot of grow up, if you want to call, or
the growth
Yeah.
from week 1. Yeah, like dude's coming into his own. Like if he sticks with it, if he participates in Greg's Duck Derby, he's gonna do great. You know, like it's just a matter of when you call these runners you call these races for the newer runners, it's a lot of cleaning up things. Like we talked about at the top of the broadcast, having a plan. What is your plan? Okay, like knowing your routing before you start to see, like, I know I'm going to go to Garland, I'm going to open the 3 boxes, I'm going to talk to the King and Princess, I'm going to go to Provoke, I'm going to talk to Vicky. If I don't get the crystal, but one of those 3 things, I'll pop into Matoya's, talk to her, then I'll head to, like, I'll follow my inner sea fetch quests. And getting an early floater can disrupt a lot of that. And that's what we saw happen to both runners. That early disruption into their plan proved problematic for them. And having like a backup plan, like what happens if I don't get Canoe before Canal? Like I know it's either going to be in Crescent Lake or it's going to be loose or behind a vendor item. Like having those backup plans, those emergency fail saves to what am I supposed to do now? And I think we talked about it when you get the airship standard routing, you go to Crescent Lake. Mythical Blue Stakes, pretty nice. You go to Crescent Lake, you talk to the sages, you go to Sarda, you talk to them, you go to Cardi, you raid the islands so you have money to buy a vendor item if you haven't seen it in Gaia or Onrek. Like having those in your back pocket so you can just make those, you can pull that lever and activate that game plan. And Durrun learning and going to make adjustments, and if he participates in future events, he's going to do really well. Lord of the Synth shaking off the cobwebs and getting into go mode. Like he's going to finish the rest of this game really quickly, and unless Topher, he bounces off Topher pretty hard, but until Durrun decides to go to Crescent Lake, and the fact that he's just flying all around Ice Cave. Okay, at least he's going to get this. So this will get him his Oxyale. It will kind of push him in the wrong direction. Nope, we don't want to go there. We'd rather do Volcano. And this is one of those things. It's chest density versus an incentivized location. It's something that I learned in Spring Tournament 2019 to prioritize incentive locations first. And had we done that with this seed was a very free seed. And we got Celerio Rex joining us in chat. Good to see you, bud. Our loose items, we had both of our runners find a loose item on their own first. Durrun found the loose TNT in the waterfall. That TNT turned into the rod. Lord of the Synth found the loose cube in Northwest Castle. He got the key from Astos. He got the crown from the Circle of Sages. Durrun has not gone to the Circle of Sages yet. The third loose was the tail in the Volcano Armory, which is where Durrun and Lord of the Synth went there first, but Durrun ended up going there too, and now he's back near the Full Clear Volcano looking for his third loose, but he's not going to find it here. He needs to go to Crescent Lake. And we got a whole bunch of people joining us in chat now. Good to see you. Got Gregory Puffle just talking about your Duck Derby, man, and LCB, and laying down those fat tracks for us that opened up our broadcast. Gregory Puff and LCB doing that. Yeah, I think he's been to Crescent Lake 3 times now. Once on the first time through, like checking item shop and magic, and then the second time buying magic. Third time buying magic again, double checking our spells once we got promoted, and Lich takes a microwave to the face and just goes to sleep. Yeah, so Durrun really needs to go to Crescent Lake. Like, he's got super good levels, 25 across the board. He's just been taking all the good grind tiles he could find, and yeah, unfortunately isn't making the right plays here to go to Crescent Lake, but he's learning, or he will learn once he watches this VOD back. It's one of those important lessons to learn.
Yeah, and it's especially true in the case of, you know, I don't know exactly what he's using to get done with the game, or, you know, like how he's, but if he's following like a playthrough and stuff like that, like, you might forget that you can talk to the sages.
Yeah.
But he's already defeated Lich, so it's kind of one of those weird things of, you know, because he's gone to the level 6 magic, but then he just left in that north exit. So Lord of the Synth is one orb away, gonna do the water, the sea shrine here. He's level 23, so decent levels. We have the Excalibur, so, you know, we only have 4 shots of it, which is fine. We do have a low-level nuke.
Yeah.
Fastest level, or is available at level 8 magic, or tier 8 magic, which is only available at level 25 for the Black Wizard. So maybe try and get at least 1 shot of fast by the time, although a Black Wizard surviving until the end is kind of rough sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, Durrun has it, and we have 3 life casters, 1 life 2 caster, so in theory that Black Wizard will survive as long as that knight survives. And Durrun will have the levels. Like we just saw, he hit 25 across the board. He's going to hit 26. He'll probably get to 30. Because this guy loves taking fights, and I love that attitude. This guy, Greg, you need to reach out to him and show him the way of the black belt, because he would be crushing it.
He is the I mean, I think, yeah, he's literally a Greg Lee, like a younger version of Greg Lee right now. Just grind tiles, yes please. So while Lord of the Synth goes down here and is making his way to Kraken, what I was thinking about doing, Caleb, is kind of reminding people about more of the races that are coming up today, because we've got some spicy matches. I mean, like, top tier matches going on tonight. I mean, just to begin right off the bat at 7 o'clock tonight on SG6, Cheeseinator up against Ganon's Gone Wild. This is the battle of who makes it into brackets and who has to play in the play-in race.
The battle of the who beat CC. They both beat CC. So Crabcake's taken 2 losses in the spring tournament to both of these runners. Crabcake's the reigning spring tournament champion. That's going to be a good matchup. That's a battle of 4-1s. One gets to make one will punch their ticket to the brackets. The other will be racing in the play-in race. Question from Vanny Van. You keep mentioning that he's doing a lot of grinding, so at what level would you be good to go for the end game? With these flags in particular, it kind of depends on the sword you're swinging. If you have a fighter and you have a Masa with you, 24. That's when you get your 5th hit with the Masa, 10 hits with a fast. If it's an X-Cal, 29. That's when you get your 5th hit there. If it's a Vorpal, maybe 32, because that's your 5th hit there for the fighter. If you're rocking the black belt, you probably would have already gone down to a solo black belt to grind up to 32 for 6 hits, maybe 42 for extra security to get that elusive 8th hit. I think no other class gets an 8th hit. Or no, that's the 10th hit. I got them backwards. A 6th hit at 21, 8th hit 32, 10th hit at 42. Excuse me. Gregory Puff, the partner of my comms partner here, the co-op partner. Yeah. So of course you would know.
But Kraken's being pulled. This is going to be the 4th orb lit for Lord of the Synth. We have a on the knees white mage right off the bat. Took a shot from Kraken too. We're holding on. Nuke charges. Calamari is served. 4th orb lit.
It's weird to eat squid in the microwave.
Well, you know. I mean, we're already eating the cold in the middle hot pocket, so why not, right?
Yeah. So I guess more or less, Vanny, the short answer to your question is mid-20s. Mid-20s is you're probably okay. You're going to have good spell charges for your mages. You're going to have good HP on your fighter. like mid-20s, you're going to be good. So 24 to 26, I feel more than comfortable going into Topher, especially with life on the night. And I guess that's another consideration to make. Like if you promote sort of late, like after level 15, and I guess your break point, your stop point there might not be how many swings on the weapon you got, because maybe you already hit level 24. It might be, when do I get my 4th cast of Life 2 for the night? That kind of question. Decker BRD asking for big highlights from this run. This was a jet seed in every way. We were in the air super early, sort of disrupted our runners' routing. The big hits here were Lord of the Synth and Durrun both missing early game turn-ins that Lord of the Synth had the herb in his inventory and never turned it in until very late. That got him his loot. Durrun still looking for a 3rd lose, won't find it because it's locked behind the key locked behind the crown sitting in Crescent Lake. He's just sort of forgot to go to Crescent Lake, and it's been tough to watch, but he'll figure it out here because, well, it's either that or he's going to go to Ice Cave. And validation gold bracelet. That's pretty neat.
Right.
Yeah. I think 20 LCB saying 21 to 24 depending on the flags. Yeah, with these flags, I think 21 is possible, but it's pretty hard to end up at just 21. Like, I feel like that you get so much XP with these flags that 21, like, you'd have to be going so fast and running from all kinds of stuff to get into Topher at 21. It's possible, but
Definitely. Look at Lord of the Synth already on the Earth floor, and Temple Fiends Revisited. Speaking of Earths, and they're there. You know what? Earths are my kryptonite. I swear to you, every time I'm on Topher Earth, I run into the 4 of them, and they're critting everybody for like 200 damage. I don't know what it is about them. But Lich 2, we're gonna go Harm 4 nuke, because Harm 4 Lich is still considered undead, and you blink, you miss it. I was in the middle of talking about something, and he's already gone. Uh-oh, we have the Hot Pockets. No, why would you do that to us? Alright, it was only 1 cast, we're fine. So, Lord of the Synth, obviously a very commanding lead. I would say maybe 4 5 Topher wipes ahead. I mean, that's how substantial the lead is, because as long as Durrun is not checking that, Crescent Lake, he can't end it. I mean, he can't enter Temple of Fiends Revisited, and he's locked out of the Sea Shrine, so... Or not Sea Shrine, I'm sorry. The key and the key.
Sun Sword's pretty cool. That's a better weapon than what we're swinging. Probably put it on the night, switch those swords around, but alright. Already on to carry 2.
This is the one that can be kind of terrifying. If carry rolls higher, it can be problematic, because carry can roll a lot of hits and a decent amount of strength. Wow, 3 hits for 366 with a crit. That's a nice swing. Nuke, that's not good. Low rolls. Nope. Bye, Black Mage. Overkill on the Black Mage. See you later. Carry swings. Knight is less than 200. Alright, Nuke ends it. And carry 1 on the left-hand side.
Alright, well, that's one of the 3 nukes out of the pool.
That is definitely one good thing here, and only the Black Mage died, so...
And we got more people hanging out with us in chat. Gloomchew showing up, good to see you. And Mage Rion, I was calling you out earlier, man. We're doing a lot of talk about food.
A lot of talk about food.
Good to see you, bud. And a question from Decker BRD: are the Fiends much stronger for round 2? Absolutely. Not only do their base stats typically roll higher, because their base stats in the vanilla game are higher, not just their HP, but their magic defense is higher, their strength is higher. So when they roll up, they roll up. They also share a much deadlier spell and skill pool, and they lose the weaknesses that they've had in the beginning. So if carry weak 2 status, oh no, Durrun's going to Marsh Cave. Please, maybe finds a Marsh moon. So Kraken weak to Lightning 3 and Sea Shrine. Not weak to Lightning 3 anymore. Carry, weak to status effects. Not weak to status effects in Topher. Tiamat loses the Stone Poison. I believe even Lich loses the Fire weakness that most undead have, so. But here we go, Kraken 2. This is spooky, scary time.
Very spooky here. We have one of our life casters that is in that top row. I mean, I know the knight's got life too, but
Yeah.
we're sacrificing that red mage. Black mage. We're leaving the white mage back there. We got a bunch of cast off. We're going to rely upon the Xcal being able to hit. We don't have any lock spells. Neither runners picked up any of our lock spells that were available.
Mm-hmm. But we got to be mindful of, ooh, one hit 315.
That's... It's fine. It's fine. We have Fade and... It's fine.
There's our second katana on top marsh. Fade, almost a mineral there for 97. I like the heal 3s coming out, prepping for something nasty, but Kraken shows one of the lightning 2s that he has in the vanilla game. Dragon Sword for Durrun. Just reset out, but yeah, you don't need to keep a Dragon Sword or katana. All right, we're going to the bottom, and mineral for Nuke takes out Kraken 2. So Lord of the Synth chugging along here.
Not too bad. I mean, definitely helps to get that one crit on that Excalibur for 315 back to back.
Yeah, and Durrun seeing the often missed damage stare from werewolves. Werewolves, more like stare wolves, am I right?
You're absolutely right. Inferno. Hey, that's a very hurtful fire spell there.
But low rolls, so we got 3 ribbons on this party, so we're fine. Here comes the nuke.
Will he upgrade to nuke? No.
Oh, we hope not.
Well, that's a very weak hitting actually. I think we only put one white shirt out so far, maybe 2. All right, we're gonna ponder our life choices here. We're gonna do some more tempering. More heal 3, keep our HP values high enough.
Yep. Some of the stuff we want to be mindful of with these enemies revisited. We talked about their spell and skill pool. In that spell and skill pool, there are 3 nukes, 4 nuclears, a cure 4, a slow 2, 2 zaps, 2 banes, tornado, swirl, inferno, non-elemental damage, AoE sweepers. And this TMS, how much health does TMS have? I've lost count.
He's had to have done close to 2,000 already.
Good God.
Because the 2 swings on the Excal's already done 1,000 by itself.
Yeah, so what Tia's base damage, Tia 2's base damage is what, 1,000?
The base health is 1,100.
So, yeah, okay. I was gonna say, could roll up to close to 2,400 there. But we're through. And let's find out what the ultimate fiend is holding on for us.
Yeah, we got 4 nuclears. We've got a swirl, I believe, that was available still. A slow 2, cure 4. So a lot of things available, but a lot of things could have been buried already too.
Yep. And there is the possibility that if we get a like a war mech script, that we could just see something like a punch happy, no spells, but in that regard, it's just like this could still be terrifying. But we've got Viz 2s, we got white shirts, we're preparing for that. I didn't see if he did a defense or okay, he did power bomb, punch him real hard. So that's after 2 in Viz 2s. So that's 80 extra evasion, and now we're gonna throw up a defense sword. I like that. As Durrun's looking hard at what did I miss? I don't have anything. You forgot about the ice cave, and you got to go to Crescent Lake, bud. You got to go to Crescent Lake. The moral victory for me here is Durrun talking to the sages. Nope, we're going to go to Ice Cave. So he'll get his Oxiel here, and then he'll probably move on to full clear Sea Shrine looking for that third loose and have more confusion. So you hate to see it. But we switch into nuke time? Is it nuke time? Ice 3 time. I would have probably just kept funneling Tempers into that night.
Oof, that red wizard is barely surviving.
Any, like a Fire 3 comes out, that could be a problem here. Any sort of damage AoE, like Swirl, that could wipe out the red and the black wizard. We are in a precarious spot here.
Yeah, because we have nothing. As we said, we don't have the lock spells. The X-Scale's only hitting twice.
Oh no.
We're going to have to rely upon the power bonk to do damage, which...
Oh, yeah, there goes the black wizard. I mean, he ran out of things to do a while ago, so... Fade, 148, that's not doing it. Lightning 3? I'd maybe throw out a fog too. I don't think we're at evasion cap yet, so...
Wait, I think he never moved that ribbon to his knight, did he?
He did cast wall on it, so...
Oh, he did?
Hits.
Okay.
Yeah, 3 hits, 244. We're getting there. This chaos could roll up to, what, 40... over 4,000 damage? 230%, so 30%, 1,000, 2,000.
Are we really doing
Just
math
numbers.
right now?
No, I'm just talking about numbers out loud.
Oh, okay.
All right. We gotta be careful here because we don't know. I mean,
46.
chaos so far, just punching a bunch, and there's Oxiel for Durrun, and down goes Getty. So Durrun's probably like, "Aw, man, Oxiel was here the whole time. It's probably loose something, and it's probably loose key or something. Like, I don't know what he might be thinking because he needs key and cube, and he's found 2 loose and knows now that there are no more incentive locations to go to. But X-Cal swinging, there it is. 4 hits, 538. Lord of the Synth, get those GGs in chat. Taking it down. Final time of 1 hour, 54 minutes, 41 seconds.
That was a... Okay. So
Yep, and Durrun, right before, maybe like 7 minutes before Lord of the Synth got done, had disconnected from SRL, so doesn't know that the race is over just yet. Gets a Bane Sword. I don't think Synth find that?
No, because he go moded the entire ice.
Yeah.
So I guess I'm going to kind of just go over a couple more things for this scheduling of the spring tournament here while we got a little bit of time here while Durrun's going to check the rest of the ice cave. Solero Rex is taking on Alley Song. That's going to be also at 7 o'clock. Golf vs. Demon RHK is at 8 o'clock. I guess I should probably tell you what channel is here because, you know, that's probably the nice thing to do. RM4 for the Solero Rex and Alley Song. Randomania 3 for Golf vs. Demon RHK at 10 o'clock. Kenny Star versus the Real Super Pleb will be taking place actually on Dark Moon's stream. Dark Moon Firelight. That will be at 10 o'clock also. Or I'm sorry, not 10 o'clock. 8 o'clock. And then we've got the Battle of Undefeateds going on at 9 o'clock tonight on RPG Limit Break. Sawney Wrath versus Demarine.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Who will take the top ranking spot for brackets, and who will be probably going to have the second rank in brackets? So, I mean, it's a battle for a lot of stuff going on tonight between those two. So, I can't wait for that match. That's for sure. The Cheese Nader and Ganon is going to be a good one. Sawney, Demarine. I'm looking forward to watching Alley Song play because she's been getting better and better throughout the entire tournament. And Kenny Star and the Real Super Pleb's going to be another good matchup.
Yeah. And Lord of the Synth going to be joining us here for an interview. And oh, he's in here. GG, Lord of the Synth. Unless I'm lying. I thought I saw you in here.
The joke's on you. I muted him. No.
Oh, no.
And as you said there, Durrun sees the Oxyhell from Ice Cave, going to make the play into the Sea Shrine.
Hey, Synth, how you doing, man? GG. Can you hear us? I heard you for a second. Discord, being Discord. Okay. So the big deciding thing here, Durrun failing to hit Crescent Lake and talk to the Circle of Sages. Hey, can you hear us now, Seth? Hello?
He's messing with us, I can tell.
Hello?
Durrun's gonna go. Okay. I'm gonna check all the first floor. C. I'm assuming gonna do mermaids, since you're already here.
Yeah, I mean we're gonna find that moss moon probably now. And Lord of the Synth, can you hear us now? Hello? I see you.
He joins us in the broadcast booth, but he's so speechless. He is so overwhelmed of emotions.
Let me maybe fix. Maybe it's a Discord permission thing. Let me just.
Yeah, got that fixed. Discord for some reason didn't have the correct output device set, so.
Oh, hey. Well, once again, GG, Lord of the Synth.
Thank you. That was an example of super sloppy routing. I think I had to go to Provoke 4 times.
Hey, I got nothing wrong. I got nothing to complain about. Visit Provoke. That's my favorite town. I think. So this, how was it? The early floater did that disrupt the routing for you?
Yeah, I think that threw me off a little bit. You saw the first thing. I started heading out about a third of the way there. I'm like, oh, I don't have the canoe. Fortunately, that was. I forgot to trade in the herb. And the only reason that did not completely screw me over was I was looking for ribbons for so long. I would have checked most of the stuff I checked in Sky.
Okay.
And I had just the way things fell out, I was putting ice until last. And you had to go there anyways.
Yeah.
Which is disappointing because that's what happens every time I decide I'm not going to prioritize ice.
Yeah, and in my practices and in my official races, ice is rarely skippable. Bottle and slab turn-ins usually are, as they were this time too, but
yeah, that was also disappointing.
Yeah, so technically, even though we got the floater super early, this was a floater not required because there's nothing loose in Cardia. The ruby for sale turned to Thor hammer. Opal bracelet on the ferry, and the Lefinians had the power bonk, so pretty remarkable.
Yeah, I mean, usually, the scenes I play, usually there's something at either ferry or in Lefin, which is why I was up there, and I'm like, well, I can do this, or I can go dive a bunch of chests of ice, because I was still looking for ribbons at that point, and I'm like, I don't want to do that, I just want to see if I can get into go mode, and then just full clear of Fiend dungeons.
Well, lucky for you, Durrun also didn't forget to turn in the herb, but forgot to go to talk to the Circle of Sages. So, yeah, and he's a newer runner in the community. This is his 6th race in the community, so it's one of those things you miss it once, you'll never miss it again. We've seen it in past weeks with runners forgetting to talk to Bicky after killing the pirates. This is a more extreme example because it's usually such a free check, but when you go into Crescent Lake, you don't necessarily have visuals of the sages to remind you. But
Yeah, especially as a new runner, you're gonna forget all of those at least once. I certainly did.
yeah,
I did a lot of that in my first tournament too.
yeah. But I mean, he's running well. Like he did beat you into the air, because when he got the herb and adamant, he went and turned in the adamant right away. Got the money from the dwarf cave, and that financed his Provoca trip. And then got the and then he did the herb, got that turned in for the loot, and then went to Provoca, got the canoe, and was just in the air, like. And then we saw like a freeze on his screen because he didn't know what he was gonna do. Like he spent a lot of time doing grinds, but
I did what led up to getting the airship completely in the wrong order.
yeah.
You also saw me, so I saw level 1 Black Magic had only ice. So
Yeah.
I attempted to make the early Provoca play and the early Matoya play. The Sahags with Cremate
Yeah.
weren't having any of that.
And Durrun never saw them.
Oh.
He did see some other nasty stuff. He was taking a grind on sandworms and earth, and the sandworms had blaze, and even after wiping more than once on that grind tile, he still kept coming back and getting, like, he was like level 15 very quickly. So
Yeah, and early on, you saw me try to take on the Red Giant and the Agamas in Northwest, and my White Mage would not stay alive.
mm-hmm. Yeah, around that time you were doing that is when he was with the sandwiches on with blaze. So it was sort of poetic because he was fighting sandworms with blaze, you were fighting Agamas with ice too.
Yeah, they had Scorch too.
Yeah, so hot on the outside, cold in the middle.
Yeah, pretty much. So yeah,
But-
so I mean, I got a few levels for everyone else, right? And I was like, okay, I'm not going to try and keep my White Mage alive. I have enough levels to go do ordeals. Let's go do ordeal.
Mhm.
And the Red Goyles had Cremate too.
Yeah, you saw a lot of things with Cremate. I think Durrun also saw the trolls with Cremate and or Stone Poison. Like,
Yes.
enemies had a lot of nasty stuff to seed.
Fire Elementals had Stone Touch.
Ooh.
Which I noticed when I went to dive Armory, and for some reason I'm like, well, I have the levels, I'm still going to try and do Volcano anyways, and then I didn't see it.
Yeah. But you close out Swiss 2 and 4, end on a high note.
Yeah, at
How
least.
how have you liked how'd you like the tournament this year?
I mean, I had fun. It was about the same as last time. I mean, I had a real rough first few weeks. I had some hard draws.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I had a narrow loss to Falk with the
Mhm.
dodgeball draft, so I got a little cocky. Like I did all mages last week, and that was in Nightmare Siege. So yeah, I the second half of the tournament, I kind of did it to myself. In week 4, there was also I made a marsh gamble. I saw a ribbon and I beat my head against it for almost half an hour, which basically lost me that. So yeah, I'm not happy to finish 2 and 4, but I understand how it happened.
Yeah. I mean, there's still something to be said about still showing up in week 6 when the high fun, low stakes part of the tournament for you. So I'll commend you for that, dude. I'm happy to see you back. Any thoughts on like participating in like future events? We got a co-op tournament coming up this summer.
I'm always open to future events. I'm not a big player on co-op randomizers in general, so maybe not for that. But like, like the next league, next tournament, I'll be around.
Let me
I'll think.
Let me tell you a little bit about our co-op because it's a little bit different than other ones. So not only do you sit in voice chat and share information with your partner, Meridian BC has actually written a Lua script that shares key items with your teammates. So if you find the canoe and your opponent finds the floater, you could just both go. Or like if you find the slab, it goes to your opponent. Your opponent can walk into Melmon and translate the slab, and then you can go to Lefane and talk to the Lefinians.
That is an interesting way to do it.
Yeah, so it shares key items and orbs. Doesn't share shards if there's a shard hunt or anything, but if you kill Lich, your opponent gets his Earth Orb lit as well. So it's a whole different like layer of strategy and stuff on the game. So
that is at least intriguing.
yeah. So I understand if you still don't want to participate in it, but I just wanted to clarify how it's a little bit different than other sorts of co-op for setups. But dang well, I'm gonna pass it to you to talk to Lord of the Synth, man.
I mean, you did such a great job of it. I'm just kind of doing some background stuff. So, I mean, you know, Lord of the Synth, GG to you. Nice job out there. It was, I mean... So, what made you go to the Sky Palace? Because you went there, obviously, maybe for ice, right? And you made the play, and Caleb and I kind of questioned, maybe it was already asked, but... You know, and it went from you having no defensives to dragon armor, a defense sword, and 3 ribbons. And we're just like, wow, that was kind of a galaxy brain play there.
So, you know, like I say, I didn't want to go to ice. For whatever reason, I didn't want a full clear Earth. And I'm like, well, chest density points me to Mirage and Sky. You know, I will do, like you saw me skipping some of the one chest rooms, and I didn't really need to check the last 6 chest room on like level 3 by the time I got there. But you know, it's one of those places like, yeah, okay, I'll skip these chests, and if something is there, you know, I'll come back for it and lose the race. It was just it wasn't 100% gamble, but yeah, I was gambling on at least 1 ribbon being there. That's what I wanted, and I got very lucky.
Okay. I mean, beyond that, I mean,
Topher was kind of anticlimactic, except for the high absorb chaos and the carry 2.
I was gonna say they were pretty highly evasive too, because your Excalibur was having issues hitting Tiamat. It was like 1 hit, and it was critting, which was good.
But still for like 100, 200 tops on most of those.
And
so Durrun will show us the mermaid side here. The only thing we're not going to be able to see are the key locked boxes in Marsh Cave, but we might find out where that Masa was hiding.
Yeah, I checked. I was hoping to find Masa too. I checked a few chests on Earth for the hell of it along the way, and then in Sea, just hoping it turned up, not expecting it to, of course.
oh,
Did you like me selling the Vorpal to finance the Ruby acquisition?
Well,
yeah.
It was interesting because the conversation was, you know, the Vorpal does a pretty decent job of it, and the Excal sold for a lot more. And I'm like, I can see him selling the Excal or the Vorpal in this situation.
It was, yeah, given a choice between selling either of them, that just depends on how I feel on a particular day. You know, Team Vorpal sometimes.
Ah, okay, that makes sense. I like it.
Yeah. I mean, that's the way to do it, you know.
But yeah, so I sold something else. I sold I think a Vorpal Gauntlet, and I was sort of banking on something better turning up, and something better didn't.
All right. Well,
but I did have to come back around to rush strats for week 6. Full circle from week 1.
Right? He definitely did come back to that. Well, GG once again. I appreciate you for joining into this and stuff like that.
You.
And
I gotta head out for a late.
Yeah, exactly. I was gonna say is we'd love to keep watching Durrun a run and stuff like that, but I think we're gonna.
Yeah, make sure you go over to Durrun, go root for him, cheer him on, watch him finish this run. I don't. He's not in the SRL room, so he doesn't know that Lord of the Synth is finished. So it's kind of unfortunate. He may have forfeited if he had seen the outcome. But while he's still going, definitely go root for him
Yeah.
for sure.
If you guys are ramping, you should send him the host.
I was
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
about to go actually planning on doing that.
Yep, absolutely.
Anyway,
I mean, we can plan the host, but we can't make you. We can't actually raid his stream with the way the thing's set up. But
yeah, the bot doesn't support
yeah.
the command. But yeah,
But-
GG, thanks
Yeah.
for commentating, guys, and thanks for putting the restream on.
Yep. Thank you for participating in the event, man. I hope to see you in the next one.
Yeah, you'll see me around sometime for certain.
All right, man.
Have a good one.
Thanks, Synth. That's a good dude.
That was a good dude. And he walks out with a swag, knowing that he won that last one to end the spring tournaments. And well, my name is Dang Wu. Thank you for joining us once again. We have plenty of races coming up later on, starting at around 7 o'clock. We have, I think, like 4 or 5 matches, all within like a couple hours of each other. So plenty of FFR action coming up tonight. Caleb, why don't you get us out of here? Because, why not?
Yeah. So
I'm a
make
generous
sure
guy.
you give both of our runners a follow. Durrun, Lord of the Synth. Make sure you join the Discord, FinalFantasyRandomizer.com. If you're watching this on YouTube and you don't have access to the chat here, FinalFantasyRandomizer.com. You'll find a link to the Discord. You'll find a link to the Dev Discord. Come hang out with us on the Discord. You'll learn all about the game, meet all the wonderful people. You'll be able to sign up for Race Crew if you want to join us in the booth, do commentary, do some tracking for us so we don't have to do it on our own. We'd appreciate that. Even if you just want to come hang out, there's the Masa for Durrun. So perfect way to close it. Durrun gets his Masa in the Mermaids, and we'll see you guys at the next race. Have a good night.